Two men straight back for Samuels. Yeah, that's going to be the problem. The pitch is really good. You've just got to just stroke it down. Not in anger at all. Somewhere along the line, somebody's got to try and get it square. Now mid-off's come back up, so there's a gap over the top of mid-off. Another dot ball. The pressure builds. 2 dot balls. Just 2 off the over. He's bowled 4 deliveries. So now Badree will be thinking, get it up nice and full, get him down the ground, get him off strike, keep the pressure on. There you go, just a single. Now the pressure firmly on Samuels. And that's how this short form of the game, how quickly the pressure builds. Badree will know that Samuels now is thinking boundary. It's got to be.
Magnificent shot. Absolutely superb. But he has so much flair, Marlon Samuels, and that's beautifully played. 25 for 1 off the score.
I'm not sure Badree got this right. It should have been a quicker delivery, floating into the legs. He took a chance. Gave it a bit of air, you see, there you go. Gave it a bit of air, it was the top spinner. But it was just too full. And Samuels pounced on it. Capitalised, made it a good over. 7 off it.
Jamaican smiles. There were frowns when Shawn Findlay went to the second ball of the innings. Now smiles as they push on to 25 from 4 overs. Samuels looking a little bit dangerous after taking some time to settle in. Marshall hasn't had much of the strike. He will do now. We have a change in bowling. The off spinner Sherwin Ganga, brother of the captain, had a good match against Barbados in the semis. He's gone with it. That's a long one. That's the first 6 of the night, and it's a big one.
Up and over. Welcome to the party, Mr. Ganga. You get it in the wrong zone, that's where you're going. There was a length ball, and in the semi-final his line was outside off stump, just about there, and no one capitalized on it. They were under pressure because they'd lost early wickets. Tonight it may be a different story. He may need to rethink this little plan.
A little bit of a difference to the start which he had against Barbados in the semi-final. He got Dwayne Smith with his second delivery. Now his first one goes for a big 6 from Xavier Marshall.
Daren, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, how you feeling? You try to slow things down a bit pace-wise, and that one pumped out of the ground. Your brother?
Yeah, I think they're scoring a little too much boundaries at the moment. We just need to try and get them to score more singles, but they're going hard at the bowling, so we're expecting a couple chances very soon.
Marlon Samuels is a key player. What are the tactics to try and dismiss him?
Yeah, we're just trying to keep him tight a little bit, make sure that he tries to improvise and do something different. He's accustomed to the ball very straight, so we're trying to lock him down there and make him hit across the line. I think we had a good LBW shot. I don't know if that was looking good, but we're still plugging away.
Okay, now what about the flight from these spinners? Are they looking to toss it up a little bit?
Not really. I think it's more about pace. It's more about variation in the pace. That's going to be important.
Daren, have you been surprised by the fact that Gayle didn't walk out at the start?
Not exactly. I think he's been out and nicked, so the left-right combination is not a bad idea, but we're expecting him in the middle.
Okay, now you had a little bit of a chat to your brother off that first ball. What'd you say to him?
Yeah, just try and vary his length a little bit. There's a little bit of turn, so just trying to assess things quickly.
Okay, stop it.
Everybody got support. Everybody can wake up.
Well, Daren, just a little bit of news. I'm not sure if you've caught up with it. Stanford's doubled the prize money to hit the clock. It's on the big screen at the moment, so $200,000 up for offer if one of you guys hit the clock tonight.
I didn't hear that, sorry.
You can read it on the big screen, mate.
Okay.
That's incentive.
All
Back
right,
upstairs.
That's a lot of incentive.
We've got another ball now. Just a little deflection on the onside. Just to explain to viewers who we have for this final of the Stanford 2020 in Fort Collins. It's unlike baseball. When a ball goes out of the ground, it's supposed to come back in. But that's gone a long way out, and perhaps someone outside the ground has pocketed that ball, and they've had to change it. So they've got another ball following that 6 hit, which went a very long way. Would have had a carry of about 100 yards perhaps.
Well, he's pulling it back. He's Ganga. He's pulling this back nicely. 6 off the first. A 1. Marshall got off strike. And all of a sudden, Samuels just blocked 2 deliveries.
Well, he's listened to his brother, who came up to him after that first delivery and said, adjust your length.
Yeah, but Samuels really has got to be looking for bigger things than this when you get a 6 off the first ball. He's got to carry the momentum on. And he's just been reluctant to do that. He's happy to settle on the 7 off the over.
Yeah, a 6 off the first ball, only 2 more runs in the over, 33 for 1 after 5. There it is, double the money. Push into the onside. Marlon Samuels just not getting on with things here. 17 from 19 deliveries now. Yeah, if you hit that clock, it's $200,000 tonight for the player who does so. And for the spectator who has the chip, a bit of misfielding, gives them the extra run. Just a push on the leg side. There's the view from the sticky wicket pavilion. The legends up there, Alan Stanford and Dr. Donald Peters, who's the new Chief Executive Officer of the West Indies Cricket Board, enjoying a glass of red wine. Well, they're stalled here, they really are. Marlon Samuels finding it difficult to get the ball away. In the commentary box, Ian Bishop, and with him, Bruce Yardley.
Thank you, Tony. (26 for 4) Guyana after 6 overs in the semis. Jamaica were 23 for 2. Trinidad and Tobago 32 for 1, and Barbados 33 for 2 after the 6 overs of their semi-finals. So they haven't raced away.
Yes, Marlon Samuels has got to have a look at what's coming here as well. He's got his skipper Chris Gayle to follow. Danza Hyatt, who batted beautifully last night. Shoulder. I don't know whether he got bat on that or not, but it was dropped, so it didn't matter. Yeah, there was obviously a noise because everybody got excited, didn't they? It looked like he had it in his gloves. This Denesh Ramdin, the keeper. Oh yes, look at that. Just bounced back off the pad and onto the bat. Should have been caught. Should have been a wicket. They've picked up 2 here. Yeah, I was just saying, Bish, that with the players to come, have a look at this. Hits his pad and then comes back onto his bat. You don't see that happen very often. Got it into his gloves and dropped it as he hit the ground. Yeah, the powerhouse to come. You don't want them sitting in the shed for too long, do you? He's tried then, Marshall.
Just 4 off the over is 40 for 1.
Well, as a batsman, it takes courage to take some risks and get these extra runs on the board. This is a magnificent batting surface, and batting at 5.71 after the first 7 overs, I think is inexcusable. Literally, they lost a wicket second ball, but my God, there's only 20 overs.
They're patriotic, both sets of supporters, and they're energized. Jamaican headscarves being worn, face painting for the TNT supporters. A wonderful blend of colors. Let's see it, but I'm sure it's going to get very exciting over the course of the next 2.5 hours. This young lady with the sort of indifferent hair color came on a little moment ago. One of my colleagues next door said, "What is that?"
Batsmen in this tournament have struggled against the spinners. They like the ball coming on, and these guys just backing the pace off and really struggling. They are, the batters. Gee, that would have been close with a straight throw. Side arm flick, went wide.
What was more instructive was the angle with which Marlon Samuels ran. They said the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. You don't see it there, but Samuels took a very long route. He veered off quite widely to his right, which means he had more ground to cover. Just look at him, right of screen here. Look how far he went. That could have cost him a yard or two had the throw been quicker and more direct. You won't want to do that again. Should just be 1.
Yes, for a man of his stature and his class, he'd be pretty disappointed with the way things are going at the moment. Batting at just 80 in these early overs, you've got to be batting much better than that.
That's the end of Xavier Marshall trying to get on with it. It might have been a slightly slower from Badree. It hung in the air for a while, and Xavier Marshall trying to get into the lofted shot, got the under edge.
It's the googly. It's just come back. Oh, it's a top spinner, but he lifted his head as he swung. It was beautifully bowled. I saw it coming out of the back of his hand. I thought it was a googly, but it just went straight over the top and took a long time to get there. So that's a great wicket for Trinidad and Tobago. 42 for 2. That they're absolutely wrapped. 42 for 2, but it's got Chris Gayle to the crease. Oh, Danza Hyatt is batting before Chris Gayle. Danza Hyatt batted beautifully last night. Look at the strike rate, 144. That's and the average at 78.5. That is outstanding in just 4 matches. Batting in the middle order. He set it alight last night and got them through to this final. But Badree is one cunning bowler. Just slides a few on, tosses one up, backs the pace off, changes it up. That was 100 k's per hour, 62.5 miles per hour, that last one. And that one's a lot slower. That's back to 83. Beautifully bowled, great spell, 42 for 2.
Private wealth management. Our globally diversified investment strategy is implemented by some of the best and brightest in the industry. Individuals who are committed to doing the hard work necessary to stay one step ahead of the world's ever-changing investment climate. Our people are what set us apart. Hard work, clear vision, value for the client. Stanford.
9 overs gone, 49 for 3. There's a scrap in the middle. I've got it tip as well. Marshall Montana's here in the Trini colours, Beanie Man in Jamaica colours, and they are having a full go at each other. Beanie, are you worried about the score? Who's going to win?
Never worried about the score because, you know, me a Jamaican, you know, so you don't know, so I'm fully murdered today.
See?
Marshall, I'm sorry for you.
That is the sound of fear. Right now, the sound of fear is coming out of everywhere because Trinidad and Tobago, we have this here. We got this. We lock this. We carrying it home.
Beanie, is he telling the truth?
Yeah, I hear that man. We are talking about that boy. Lock what? Which part do to the Buddha? We are talking about. Let me tell you something. You tap your knives. Let me tell you this.
Yo.
You see tonight.
Yo.
You see tonight.
Yo.
Now you're friend.
Yo.
So you die.
Yo, Jamaica.
You hear me?
Please, somebody tell Jamaica. Tell them this is not 10-10.
Somebody
this
tell
is 2020.
Trinidad 2020.
Hey.
We have the vision on the back. And we have the bowler. We have the fielder. I don't mean to play cricket still, but you don't know what's going on.
Hold on. This is a Caribbean war.
Yeah.
Peaceful war.
Right. Yeah.
But don't cross the border.
Okay, well, let's have a look at this round. Well, look what they've done here. They've actually drawn the line as well.
Enemy!
Marshall, just get across after a little bit. That's it.
No, but
don't cross.
See, right now, because of this score, my foot could come right here.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we will know who could cross the line.
Jamaica, enemies on the borderline. Oh line. Marshall, this is murder time.
No, what shall we say in Trinidad? Big up Maximus and he said, DCDB, do not cross the border. You don't know. Order!
Enemies on the borderline. Line. Enemies, Trinidad is murder time. But don't talk to you. All right, go on by your business.
Benny, you want to take it away, mate. Cross back to the commentators.
All right. Right now we are go upstairs to the man that we are dealing with the
Well,
team. So come on, take
Danza Hyatt has faced 4 deliveries. Danza Hyatt's faced 4 deliveries and 5 deliveries now and hasn't scored. Dave Mohammed's on. Left arm wrist spin. Not going to turn it much tonight. Oh, nearly an outside. Well, there was an outside edge, but didn't carry anywhere. They've just beaten the outside edge of the bat. It was definitely in for a stumping chance, and Dave Mohammed can't believe his luck. 10 overs gone, 51 for 3. Well, 51 for 3, and really on the back foot here, Jamaica. Dwayne Bravo's bowled a beautiful over. Dave Mohammed just bowled a beauty, and they've got Chris Gayle on strike, and he hasn't faced the ball. Change in commentary. It's Tony Cozy, and with him Jeff Dujon.
Chris Gayle has a lot of work to do here for Jamaica. They were 45 for 3 against Guyana, so they're in a slightly better position here. But he has been out of touch, and that's the first ball he's faced, and it's gone past the outside edge from Bravo.
There's a little bit of movement on it. It's really been very tentative for Gayle throughout this tournament.
No better form than he has looked previously.
Speaking to Michael Holden earlier, said that you see Chris Gayle, no real foot movement. He says batsmen that don't have particularly sound techniques have to play a lot. They have to be batting all the time. Chris Gayle is very much short of match practice.
Off the mark, it's very fine, it will go for 4. Just offline from Bravo on his hip, and an easy boundary for Chris Gayle. All he had to do was deflect it. So he's He's off the mark with a boundary.
This is always a relief when you're out of touch. Just getting off the mark, but better getting off the mark with a boundary.
What do you make of that, Jeffrey? Not much, I reckon.
Well, that third over is just about the only thing that Jamaica can really feel good about. Trinidad and Tobago have bowled excellently, Badree in particular.
Just not getting it away. Just a fine deflection for 4, but things for Jamaica are going very slowly here.
Well, I think a lot of it is due to this man, Daren Ganga. He's shown that tactically he's very sound. He's tried to control the game as much as possible, and his bowlers have responded very well. They've found the right length to bowl, and they're bowling very straight.
Oh, he's got him. He's got the umpire. Billy Doctrobe is down, but he's not out. Probably saved a run for Trinidad and Tobago. They can all laugh now.
Well, a part of good fielding is backing up, but it shouldn't be done by the umpire.
Down he goes. You'll see replays of that over and over, I'm sure. They liked it, but then again, they liked just about anything. 6 for 3, 11 overs gone. He can see the funny side of it. Golden Graves also. Your turn next, Golden. What can they do here against Dave Mohammed? He's got tremendous confidence. He's a bowler who thrives on confidence. A couple of big hits from Chris Gayle may change that. Leading wicket taker in the tournament, Mohammed. He and Lennox Cush with 8 wickets are the leading wicket takers in Stanford 2020, 2008. Now Hyatt finding difficulty in reading Mohammed, as so many batsmen do at this level. Swept it away, just the one.
Well, there's really been no let up from the Trinidad and Tobago bowlers. Each one has come on, and they've been very restrictive.
Coming at him now, but clever bowling by Mohammed. Saw him coming.
It's great control.
Off the pitch, onto the stumps. Gayle goes. Miserable tournament for the Jamaica captain. He really has been completely out of sorts. 58 for 4. 2 big ones gone. Samuels and Gayle. And Trinidad and Tobago flags are waving with good reason.
And when you're out of nick, you're normally out of position. That was very unfortunate. Ball just landing on top of the bail. Mohammed has struck again. Become the leading wicket taker in the tournament to date. Chris Gayle goes for 6. It's 58 for 4.
Crowd here, Trinidadians, many of whom have come in from Trinidad and Tobago over the weekend on charter flights, especially for the occasion. They watched Trinidad and Tobago win a close one against Barbados in the semi-final. The new batsman is Wavell Hinds, very experienced campaigner, was out first ball against Guyana in the semi-final. But there's a lot of work for him to do now. There are as many as 8 overs and 1 ball to go. But Dave Mohammed, as he has been in the previous matches, is right on top here. Very tentative. Seemed to have come off the glove. 59 for 4, 12 overs gone.
Chris Gayle all in a tangle. He's playing that one into his pad and bounces up onto the stumps. Very unfortunate for it to hit that right foot. Worse for it to bounce onto the stumps. So the Trinidad and Tobago supporters having a really good time now.
12 overs gone, 59 for 4 it is. Some big guns are back in the hut for Jamaica. We've got Junior Bennett alongside me. Junior, very briefly, I mean, how are your thoughts? What are your thoughts right now?
Yes, we're in a bit of trouble right now, but our batting have depth, so we have to try and get up to 160 said way. We have 8 overs left, so we just have to push on from here.
Okay, so that's some work to do.
Yes, definitely have some work to do. We have to just look at the next 3 overs and so on. And settle this innings.
And a lot of responsibility now on Hinds and Hyatt.
Yes, definitely we need a good partnership now. And once again, give us a good partnership until we get up to 160.
What about your players? I'm quite interested to find this out. I mean, you've got some very experienced players in your team. I think everyone knows that. Start of a new over from Bravo. Bounce up. Well left. Do you have to do much talking to your guys as this game evolves, or do they know pretty much what's going on?
Yes, definitely. 2020 version of the game is a new one to us, so you just have to keep pumping something into their head when you approach this game here. Even though it's 20 over, you not have to only look at the overs, you have to look at the number of balls and so on, and play the game accordingly.
What are the boys saying about the pitch?
I think it's a good pitch, you have some bounce and so on. You just have to apply yourself there.
Okay, right. Thanks very much for your time, Junior. We'll let you get back and study the proceedings. Very intense coach is the Jamaica coach. Let's go back upstairs, the boys.
In the air, could be a catch. He's settling under it. He takes it. He drops it. Emrit had it in his grasp. Elbows hit the turf. Out came the ball. Could be an important incident here. Didn't get hold of it. Emrit had time to get around for it.
The only real blemish to what's been a very fine Trinidad and Tobago performance in the field. Stroke of luck there for Wavell Hinds.
It certainly did seem to have it initially, but it was when he came onto the turf. There he is, comes in, gets the ball in his grasp and then threw it. Jamaica really struggling here. Just don't seem to have any sort of a game plan. They just have come out there and really not playing with any purpose.
Well, Junior Bennett said that they have a lot of depth in their batting. I think that's going to be tested tonight. 61 for 4 in the 13th over. And Jamaica just don't look as if they've figured out how to score quickly or how to score at all against this attack.
There's an under edge onto it. Didn't carry through to Ramdin, but just didn't seem to have a plan at all. Same thing was the case the other evening early on. We saw Findlay come out and just from the second legal delivery bowled. Fired a big shot, was caught at third man. Tonight, Samuels didn't seem to have any idea of what to do, whether to attack, whether to defend, whether to pick up singles, whether to hit boundaries. Gayle, well, as we've seen for the entire tournament, well below his best. And Trinidad and Tobago, on the other hand, have looked as they have looked in 2006 and all the way through 2008 as the best drilled team in the tournament.
They are a very tight unit. That length seems to be working for the seamers, the same length that Emrit was bowling. And nice and straight. Bit of a mix-up there between Bravo and Hyatt. Another good over, just one delivery left.
Wicketkeeper was signaling to long on when the bowler was running up, so Bravo, following through on his run up, was put off, aborted it. So he has to try again. Good appeal. They go through for the leg by. Close enough, not out. 63 for 4 from 13.
To make sound investment decisions, you have to keep your finger on the political pulse. Institutional Investor magazine recently rated Stanford policy research as one of the nation's best. Our analysts give Stanford clients insight and clarity on just how decisions in Washington may impact their investments. That's why the experts call our analysts experts. Hard work, clear vision, value for the client. Stanford.
.63 for 4. Here comes Mohammed now. 1 for 5 from 2 overs. He has confused all the batsmen in this tournament. The left arm wrist spinner. This is his last over. Mixing things up. Chinaman and googlies. And then dropping the ball on the batsman, giving it air and dropping. And with 4 wickets down, Jamaica not quite sure what the plan should be from here on. Run rate is only 4.7 runs per over. And that really is not good enough. And overs are running out. Hyatt, who has played so well, just seems to have no clue against Mohammed. He's had a good tournament so far. Leading run scorer. No clue. Absolutely no clue. He's taken the boot off. Oh, this is now what's this all about? It's a telephone call. I can't figure it out. 63 for 5 is the score.
Well, I think Tony, he's finding out from Hyatt if he got a telephone call while he was running inside. Totally befuddled. Four runs to Danza Hyatt. 16 balls he faced. 63 for 5. Well, there's reveling in the crowd among the Trinidad and Tobago supporters, and quite rightly so. It's been a fine performance from them, a very ordinary batting performance from Jamaica so far, and they're smelling the million.
Second wicket for Mohammed, and now Carlton Baugh to prod into the offside. He's a dangerous hitter, Baugh, but Jamaica really need him now. They need perhaps a partnership between himself and Hinds, who are both good players, both have represented the West Indies, both aggressive, but Mohammed has got this ball on the string, and no batsman yet has mastered him. In fact, he's made them all look like as if they've never seen a spinning ball before.
Just David Bernard Jr. of the recognized batsmen left, so it's going to have to be up to these two. Dave Mohammed there now with 10 wickets, an average of 5, leading wicket taker. And look at that economy rate for a wrist spinner. He's totally befuddled all who have come before him.
Well struck for 4, so that's a little bit of a relief from Carlton Baugh for Jamaica. 69 for 5.
There's a powerful global network that sets Stanford Wealth Management apart. It's our people and their uncompromising commitment to serve our clients. A unique work ethic, an uncommon vision, and a promise that goes back 75 years. Hard work, clear vision, value for the client. Stanford.
There's our girl from Grenada. She's been here every night. She's got the Grenada flag, but she's also got Jamaica, so that's who she's supporting this evening. Been here every evening. 69 for 5. We got on to Mike Gazeman.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Just want to have a bit of a chat to Daren Ganga just to see how things are going. One of the things, of course, about the captaincy in the middle is you've got to be like a traffic cop, basically. He's very, very proactive out there right now.
Sammy, I need you at 45.
Okay, he's just moving Sammy Badree to 45 on the leg side. Still not quite happy with that field. He's just having a further chat.
Yes, sir.
We might just listen up to this chat.
I want you to bowl around wicket and into his foot. All right?
Alrighty, instructions, you probably heard it. Ball around the wicket. Gee, Daren, you're proactive.
Yeah, I think we're in a decent position here. It's 6 overs. We've got to be spot on.
Run rate at the moment at 4.93. Down the ground, just the one. Daren, just a quick question for you. We know you guys have been training very hard and practicing very hard. It seems like Dave Mohammed has been practicing his celebrations very hard.
Yeah.
What was that last one about?
I have no idea at all. I think he said that the batsman was getting a phone call, so that's why he got stumped.
Do you ever have any idea about the celebrations?
It's Dave. He's unique in his ways.
He's dialing up. He's looking for the call. Righto, Daren. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
So back upstairs.
Well, he certainly didn't mean it there. He gets a run for it all the same. Of course, these two teams meet again in the 4-day competition, the Caribbean Series, starting on Friday at the Queen's Park Oval in Port of Spain. Another grudge match coming up. Were in the final of the KFC Cup, the 50 overs regional competition back in October, and Jamaica won that. So two of these here now trying to lift Jamaica, but now I think we're going to have a little bit of a break because it's rain down. He's hit that well. Carlton Baugh has picked it up. It's gone into the crowd for 6. He's a dangerous fellow, Carlton Baugh. Perhaps batting a little bit low in the order. Whether the rain is held up, I think probably it has. Yes, Carlton Baugh is saying, well, there's no more rain. Brown staff is, I think, now going to be sent back. They're going to have to put the stumps back into the ground because it really was just a fleeting drizzle that came across the ground. Carlton Baugh very quickly moved to 12 from 4 deliveries. A sweep for 4 off Mohammed, and then that slog sweep over mid-wicket for 6 off Ganga. Now what are we going to have here? Yeah, I think the rain has stopped.
Still a light drizzle. The umpires reckon that it should blow off pretty quickly. It was heavier before. But Jamaica needed that little injection of Carlton Baugh. Timed the ball very well since he's come in. And they'll need a lot more of that.
To make up their minds late to go for it. Good save in the end by the bowler. Was well struck. Sherwin Ganga made a good save to his own bowling. No protection behind him. The long off and long on are quite wide. Could well have reached a boundary. Edge to third man, and perhaps a little bit slippery the ball now following the rain, and the batsman can pick up a single as Badree misfields. So 80 for 5 or 15, 5 remain.
50 overs gone, 80 for 5, 13, and 5
Still a slight drizzle. The ground staff is at the ready, but it's not heavy enough to stop play. You just wonder whether it will get heavier. I doubt it. Weather has been very good in Antigua for the past couple of weeks. Had a good tournament as far as that's concerned. 80 for 5, 5 overs remain in the innings, and to carry through until the end of it, Ian Bishop is with Bruce Yardley.
Thank you, Tony. The experienced Wavell Hinds. This is Dave Mohammed's last over. Wide signalled. First wide of the innings. Trinidad and Tobago have been good with that, and with the rain just sprinkling will probably cause a little bit of difficulty. It'll make the surface more skiddy, more difficult to turn, not impossible.
Well, Bish, it's been a pretty ordinary batting performance, to say the least, from Jamaica, and it started off badly, I felt, for Jamaica. I couldn't believe that Chris Gayle didn't open the batting. Came in at number 5, and that told me that he was not confident. And if the captain, the leader, the guy who's supposed to lead from the front is showing no confidence in his own ability whatsoever, what's that going to do for the rest of the team? It'll run through. Now it's just up to these two. Hopefully Carlton Baugh, who's come in and been aggressive and positive right from the start, 13 from 5. Nobody else has scored it better than the runner ball apart from Xavier Marshall, who got 20 from 18. The rest of them has been very ordinary.
That's gone down the ground. It's gone for 6. Carlton Baugh is a little dynamo. He's a little pocket rocket. He's giving an injection here to Jamaica's total. He needs to go on. Rena's here. She must have a season pass.
It certainly has. Carlton Baugh is probably the smallest man on the field tonight, but he swings a mean bat. A good stride down the track. We've seen a lack of basic footwork from Jamaica tonight.
That is the end of Carlton Baugh. Dave Mohammed, after being struck for 6. He's been around the scene for some time, but his bowling in this tournament has been outstanding.
Oh, just when I thought he was going to do something for Jamaica, and I guess we can say at this level it's not great batting. It's pretty dumb. just swung across the line of the ball after it hit a 6. Why not hit a 6 and pick off a couple? That's 8 off 2, and away you go. But he's gone now. It's 19. He's out for. It's 88 for 6.
Cricket First, Monday and Thursday, 7:30 p.m. ET and PT, only on Z Sports.
Batting being eroded here by Trinidad and Tobago. Dave Bernard Jr. So played a test match for the West Indies based on his all-round ability, so he does have ability with the bat. We've seen him bowl.
Oh! Danny!
Now can Dave Bernard reach back up in time? He might be short. Now he might be short. He might be short. It's another one gone. Great awareness from long on by Dwayne Bravo. Bravo.
Bravo, the complete all-rounder. Fabulous with the bat. Very, very good with the ball. And look at this for some fabulous out cricket. The overthrow from the bowler's end has got through. The wet ball's got through Dave Mohammed's hands. Bravo's come in, pounced. Look at the side-on flick there. Is perfect. Brilliant from Bravo. Stunning cricket. Oh, it's gone for 1. It's 89 for 7. He didn't last long, Dave Bernard Jr. What do they say? Don't miss, never run on a misfield in cricket. Usually someone ready there to pick up the crumbs. And look at that. They'd be pretty stunned actually with this performance from Trinidad and Tobago. They've never dreamt of this.
That gentleman there in the red t-shirt with the hands moving everywhere is Dwayne Bravo's dad. He's been flown in just for this match. He's on the big screen here. He's seen himself. Now you talk about pressure. Jerome Taylor, who has been improving his value as an all-round cricketer over the last few months. A spell at Leicestershire in the UK. But what a spell from Dave Mohammed. And that is finished. His spell, it's finished. Jerome Taylor, there he goes. There he goes. Prayers have been answered for Dave Mohammed and Trinidad and Tobago. They've gone wild.
4 for 20. Plus the run out. That came from pressure from his bowling and the wickets he's taken. And the gurgle. They're not picking anything, these guys. That's the one that's gone the other way, folks. And look at the celebration. Magnificent spell of bowling. 4 overs, 4 for 20. And Jerome Taylor, a duck, 89 for 8.
At Stanford, we take a different approach to private wealth management. Our globally diversified investment strategy is implemented by some of the best and brightest in the industry. Individuals who are committed to doing the hard work necessary to stay one step ahead of the world's ever-changing investment climate. Our people are what set us apart. Hard work, clear vision, value for...
Nikita Miller is a new batsman, and he looks just as stunned by Jamaica losing so many wickets so quickly. Rayad Emrit to the attack now. He's already picked up 1 wicket, and he gave Marlon Samuels a hustle up. Richard Kelly hasn't bowled an over yet tonight, brought into the team at the expense of Mervyn Dillon. He hasn't been needed. He's the man who's done so much damage again. Sherwin Ganga. That would have been the catch of the match. But hasn't Dave Mohammed picked up a 5-wicket haul in his first match of this year's tournament? and he's been very, very consistent. A lot of those deliveries pitched outside leg stump to the right-hander were googlies that he bowled. They haven't been picking the googlies very well. He made his debut in 2000-2001, so he's not new to the Jamaican batsman in this competition, but somehow he's concealed his variations brilliantly. Now for Ganga, it's about limiting them to as little as possible. Do not take your foot off the gas if you're the fielding captain. We've seen in this competition 120, 131 has been a high successful run chase. Oops. Leg by. Mike Haseman has run a few of those in his time.
Yeah, thanks, Bish. I heard you saying bravo, bravo, bravo. I better find him. I found him. John, Dwayne's dad. Your boy can field, can't he?
I ain't what is he?
Your boy can field.
Correct and right.
It was a brilliant run out.
Correct and right. It's the best thing of that slice, bro.
Okay, now you're getting pretty excited here, jumping up and down with all your mates here on the sidelines. You reckon your boys are home?
Yeah. Correct and right. Sure.
Okay, righto.
Sure.
On the big screen, we've got to be that fielding. Magnificent stuff. Big shot, settling underneath it. Should be out. Is out. They're screaming bravo, bravo, bravo here again. Trinidad and Tobago are celebrating big time out in the middle. Celebrating behind the boundary rope as well. They reckon they've got this one on the bag. It's in the air for a long time, settling underneath it. Very good catch today. Goes perfect judgment. Lots of practice put behind that one. Very, very nice grab again. The 9th wicket down, and Bravo was the catcher. He goes for 10, and it's 91 for 9.
Wavell Hinds, wow. Look at the poor old Jamaican fans. See themselves on TV and they're reasonably happy, but just a horrible batting performance from their heroes.
Nine wickets down now, 91 on the board. Daren Powell's the last man in. Celebration. Oh, sorry, hang on. So we've got a comment. He's going to get out straight away.
Yes, he's going to get out now.
Okay, you're not going to give him much chance at all.
No, you don't need any much chance.
Go on. You were right.
That's right.
Yep, you were right. All out now. Rayad Emrit is the man who's wrapped it up. And look at those celebrations in the crowd and on the field. It's an amazing performance from Trinidad and Tobago. There's $1 million up for grabs here. They know it in the crowd as well. They know it in the middle. And commentators take it over.
Oh, the red, white and black is prominent. It was straight. And it's the end of Nikita Miller. When he came to the crease, he looked bemused. He looked totally perplexed by what had gone on before. And it's only taken a couple of balls to end this performance, this batting performance by Jamaica. Nikita Miller fails to score. Jamaica all out for 91 here. $1 million at stake. Half the job done tonight by Trinidad and Tobago. The hungriest team will take the prize.
Outstanding bowling performance. Outstanding captain. Dave Mohammed got hit for 4. I'll never forget that moment, the last ball of an over from Carlton Baugh. And there was words between he and Baugh. Skipper raced over, settled him down, and then he's basically bowled them out from there on in. So that is just a dismal scorecard for Jamaica. You can't say much about that at all. Samuels 27 from 29 and Marshall 20 from 18. And it took too long to get them. And then when Gayle went, they were shattered. Rayad Emrit 3 for 18, fabulous performance from him. Badree, I thought, set it up. 4 overs, 1 for 12. Look at the economy rate of 3. Sherwin Ganga, they got into him a bit, hit a few sixes. Dwayne Bravo 1 for 15, and then Dave Mohammed, the hero, 4 for 20 from 4. Again, a magnificent bowling performance from him, just completely befuddled the Jamaican batsman, all out in 16.4 overs. You don't see that very often in 2020 cricket, folks. So Trinidad and Tobago need 92 to win. That's all at 4.6 runs per over. So we'll take a break now and be back in a second.
It's 2020. Hold on the rhythm. Come on. Are you ready? I'm at the cricket one time. It's 2020. It's the cricket one time. It's 2020.
Welcome back to the Stanford Cricket Ground, everyone. Trinidad and Tobago in the ascendancy. They won the toss. They elected to field first. And the reason the flags are flying, the red, white and black, is because they've done pretty well with the ball. And I think that might be an understatement. Jamaica 91 all out, and it only took 16.4 overs. 27 to Samuels, 20 to Xavier Marshall. And what a night it has been again for Dave.
Probably the most important game of the year. Doesn't make sense to me, and I think they've paid the price for that.
There's one man that can answer that question. I won't put that question to Chris, because I think Chris Gayle is the only person that can answer that. Chris Gann, looking at what you've seen, you've been here for a while. Let's just talk generally about sport. You've worked on enough sport. Odds like these, can what is almost impossible become possible? Can Jamaica fight back in this match? What's your perception?
I can't believe I'm sitting here with Ian Bishop getting asked that question. That's an exciting moment for me. Yeah. But you know what? I would say no from what I've seen. But ladies and gentlemen, I have a limited cricket experience, and because of that, you never say never. I mean, we seen games where we thought the match was over Barbados. We thought Barbados was in the final, and look, you know, it changed. But TNT just looks on fire tonight. They look like they're ready to play. Jamaica, to me, hasn't looked like the team we expected to see. What I've heard about and all the research I've done on their team, I haven't seen that team yet. And tonight, I thought we'd see that team, and I expected them to win, and we did not see them. Chris Gayle, you know, I've been researching him, and our names are so similar. You know, I kind of followed him, but he never had a good performance in this tournament.
Interesting thoughts, and you say that you're new to the game. It sounds very, very experienced to me. Well, if you have missed the wickets that fell in Jamaica's innings, let's have a look, Pat Simcox. Let's talk through this, because it started literally off the second delivery of the innings.
Yeah, look at the shot that was played there, and he did it the night before as well, and he put the whole batting order under pressure. Maybe that's his role, but just maybe he'd have been told, have a good look first.
Xavier Marshall, who scored a better than a runner ball, was the next to go. And again, Samuel Badree doing the things that are expected of him as a slow bowler at the top of the innings.
Well, we saw throughout the tournament, you know, Badree and the other spinners really becoming an issue. But Marlon Samuels, now, I mean, he's a top-class player. He's got lots of experience. He had to know at this point in time, I cannot afford to get out. He paid a price there, and that influenced the match.
And I think, Chris, we're looking at this. A lot of these big matches, whether it's Super Bowl or NBA Finals, is about nerves, holding your nerves, isn't it?
It really is, Bish, and I expected to see the bigger players in the terms of the international players really step up. And you know, this is sports. You can't. They did not step up. The ones we featured, the ones I've learned about with the history of playing for the West Indies, did not play well overall in this tournament. And TNT tonight, they look great so far, but Jamaica and Barbados and a couple other teams, their best players seem to underachieve a little bit.
Yes, they were well-drilled units in Trinidad and Tobago. That's as much as I will say. I'll stay away from too much comment on that. Carlton Baugh looked promising for a long while, but so difficult. And I said Dave Mohammed's been around the scene for 6 to 7 years now, but every time he's bowled in this competition, Pat Simcox, he is confused most of the batsmen, the players that he's come up against.
He is, because the ball keeps going the wrong way, and it defies your mind as a batsman. But I think Dave Mohammed now has got to a point. Yeah, it was an interesting, wonderful fielding. The presence of mind to throw to the other side. That's what you talk about, a well-drilled unit. But Dave Mohammed, I think, is ready to play at the next level only now. I think he knows his game now. You need to be careful of the antics, make a couple of calls from your boot, but hey, I think he's close to being at his best now.
And not batting out your overs, I think, is always something you look back, you reflect on as a team, and you think, well, if we cannot bat out our 20 overs, we've done something remarkably wrong in this situation. Wavell Hinds, another experienced campaigner, failed to fire in the tournament, and Bravo again flew his dad up just to watch this match. A lot of supporters from Trinidad and Tobago flew in and chartered flights. Just to watch this weekend's cricket, and I don't think they've been let down so far.
There again, you see, you talk about batting through. You're the last man. Surely the role is to make sure I stay in till the end. Getting caught in the boundary now is nonsensical. Try and get 110, 120. Didn't work out.
As 10 Jamaican batsmen knocked over. And what a bowling effort, what a fielding effort, and temperament showing so far. One half of the game gone, 10 batsmen knocked over, fellas. We almost had 11. One of the umpires was nearly castled tonight. Chris Gann might have had to don his coloured clothing and get out there. Let's have a look at what happened.
At this point, Sim, when we were together, I asked if they did have a 12th player on the field, remember? That was...
It happens in baseball, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It happens quite often. Usually it happens to the catching umpire who's behind the catcher, and he gets, I mean, he's completely padded up. He gets hit 5, 6, 7 times a game sometimes. And it happens in football a lot, believe. For American football, they sometimes get pummeled, and they get pummeled by big guys like you, Bish, with pads on.
I can tell of a few umpires who I might have been wanting to do that. How have you enjoyed your trip so far? It's your first experience of cricket, it's first experience of 2020 here in the Stanford Cricket Ground in Antigua. What's the experience been like for you?
It's been fantastic, and it's really exceeded all my expectations I've had of cricket. And I'm glad you asked me that question, because I really want to mention how impressed I've been meeting all the legends. I really enjoyed meeting them and learning about the history of cricket and learning about how important that was to the West Indies when they dominated in cricket, that era that you were part of. That really touched me. That was a special thing, and I've been around Antigua enough to see, and I've met enough locals that know they are dying to have that again. And that's about the whole Stanford 2020, about getting back to that. And I really enjoyed myself. I might not go home.
Well, I hope you go home, and I hope that you don't go home by a specific mode of transport, because you've been getting up to other stuff. Chris Gann has been on his jet ski.
I'll tell you what, Chris, nice to have a day off.
I'm loving the cricket, but it is great to spend a day here at beautiful Jolly Beach. Look at this water, Mike.
Beautiful.
Of course, you're used to it. You've been to all these islands, haven't you?
Afraid I have. Someone's got to do it, I guess. But tell me, how's Fort Collins going? I mean, I've heard some good feedback. How's it been?
Fort Collins is loving the cricket. We're getting tons of emails. They're asking questions. They're watching it. They have these great parties going. They're just loving it. It's going great.
So, mate, have you ever been on one of those things? I mean, we've tried you with a bit of cricket and stuff, and it hasn't quite worked. I just wonder. I mean, should we have have you done it?
The jet ski?
Yeah. So have you done that before?
The Yamaha way? A little bit. I know my way around.
I mean, I've done plenty. It's great. I'm actually quite good at it.
Really?
Yeah, really. Tell you what, stick with me, mate. I'll show you how to do it.
Well, yeah, you're such a great cricket. Can't wait for this.
Oh, yeah!
What's that, mate? That wasn't bad, was it?
No, that's not the word I'd use. That was interesting. Obviously, I could tell you were a huge cricket star with that balance.
You want to have a go?
Yeah, you mind if...
No, go and have a go.
Can you show me how to start and all that?
Yeah, it's like a motorbike. There's things and there's things and things.
All right, here we go.
I'll see you in about a minute.
Okay, I'll be out here.
Right. Pleasure, Chris. That was pretty. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was all right. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks.
Yeah,
Why don't you come into my world now, buddy?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What are we doing? Hang on. believe me, I'm not as good as I thought I was with that stuff.
Well, I promise you that Mike Haseman is still alive. What I should have mentioned is that Chris Gann is a twice world champion jet skier. Chris, and fantastic achievement. Congratulations to you for that.
Well, thank you. That was a long time ago, and it was a bigger achievement to me, actually, to see Mike Haseman fall down all day long. That was the lifestyle that guy lives. You guys are all buddies.
He's also a world champion with a buddy, yeah?
I pity the poor guy who rented the jet skis because he was a little bit worried. It was only a week old, and he was a little bit concerned if it was last the course. Gentlemen, thank you very much, Chris. Glad to have you here. Thank you very much, Pat Simcox. We'll take a break here at Stanford Cricket Ground. We'll come back to you in a moment. Tobago and Jamaica, we're in Antigua. And Trinidad and Tobago, the flag's flying high. Mike Haseman has been flying high too.
Thanks very much, Bish. I thought I'd better grab Billy Doctor over and just make sure he's okay. Billy, bit of a nasty blow. Just tell us exactly what happened.
No, well, I was getting in position and the ball actually followed me and I just tripped over myself. But I'm all right. I got a good massage during the interval, so I'm well. I'm fine.
Okay, Steve Partridge looked after you, okay? So where did it hit you?
It just hit me on my hand, somewhere in my hand. It wasn't anything. It was more fun. I enjoyed the incident.
Good balance too, Billy.
Yeah, I learned something from you, from watching you fall over the sea.
Billy, just one final thing. I mean, is there any inkling they did it on purpose?
No, there's no reason for that. There's no reason for that.
Okay, mate. Thank you very much. I'll let you go and concentrate. Okay. Look after yourself, Billy. Don't get hit again. It's back upstairs.
It's a very serious job they have to do now. If they can dismiss Trinidad and Tobago for under 91, they will win the match and win $1 million. But that is an unlikely task. But they do have outstanding fast bowlers in Daren Powell and Jerome Taylor, two West Indies test fast bowlers. But at the moment, Trinidad and Tobago seem to have the match wrapped up. The way it's being played so far, the way they've dominated, and their team spirit, their enthusiasm, their energy, everything seems to point to a Trinidad and Tobago victory here. They've got their supporters come all the way from Trinidad and Tobago over the weekend. Something in the region of 500 of them have come up. Denesh Ramdin is going to open the batting tonight, the wicketkeeper, instead of Lendl Simmons. Now, do they need to change something that isn't broke? That's the question. William Perkins has had a good tournament so far. Daren Powell started badly against Ghana last night, but then came back with that peach of a delivery that cleaned up Shivnarine Chandapal, and then he got another wicket in the over. Line outside off stump to the right-handers, and the left-hander Shivnarine Chandapal got the best ball perhaps of the entire tournament, certainly the most spectacular in-swinging delivery of Yorker length, which broke the off stump. There we go. Off the mark right away. Nice little deflection.
Right, Tony. 1 for naught. Now, needing just 91 to win, you'd expect that the strategy will be, we need to get early wickets. We need to blast. We need to get them in a position of 30 for 4, give ourselves a chance. If we don't get that, we're gone. Now, to do that, I've got to attack. I've got to have 2 slips in place. I've got to bowl aggressively, and I've got to attack at all stages to try and get wickets. If I don't get wickets early, we're gone. That's what they be thinking.
Wide, leg side. Well, we saw the pitch map from Daren Powell just before the start of the innings, and to the right-handers, hardly anything down the leg side. First time he's had a chance to bowl at right-handers here in this innings. Second delivery wide.
Yeah, that won't help the cause. Fine leg back. Try and soften him up with a short ball. Get one in full. We saw him spearing a couple of full deliveries. He can do it.
Good shot, typical Denesh Ramdin shot, short, wide, and hammered away square for 4.
He hasn't got the pace to bowl there on this wicket. He's got to get it fuller. It was wide, it was short, and it was a buffet ball. Help yourself. Smash, gone. And this is what can happen when you attack. He's got to get it full and straight.
And on line, drifting down the leg side, easy single for Ramdin, already 7 off the over.
He has the ability to spear it in. We saw it against quality batsmen, quality players. Shivnarine Chanderpaul, one of the best in the world. Look at this. Bang, he smacked the wicket cleaning off. Yeah, man, that's what he's got to be trying to do. Get it nice and full.
Like that. Now if he can deliver 5 out of 6 deliveries like that in the over, he's going to cause problems. Just a little bit fuller, maybe a foot fuller.
These small totals, funny old things in cricket. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. That is the zone.
Well, such a small target. He's got 2 slips, perhaps even a gully early on. They're not going to win it unless they bowl Trinidad and Tobago out. And if you're going to attack, don't do it in halfway measures. Get in a gully.
Yeah, I like that thinking.
First time we agree on something. Get in a gully. End of the over. 7 off it.
To make sound investment.
To Coase and also to Simo. Basically, I was chatting to Daren Powell. He actually was standing at the top of his mark just before they got out there. He was pretty unhappy with the way things have gone so far for Jamaica. He was visualising, standing there right at the top of his mark, visualising the track and where he wanted to bowl. The last 2 balls are spot on. He reckons there's a little bit of a slope going away from the right-handers, and he thought he might be able to swing it as well and go down that slope. He was spot on with those balls. Let's hope there's more of them for Jamaica. Back upstairs.
Beautifully played, magnificently picked up the legs. Denesh Ramdin.
You won't see a better pick up than that. Awesome power. Just using the pace. And just a little flourish at the end there. Stiff arm jab. Bang. Way back. Way back. Strike rate. My word, look at that. It's going along quickly now, Tony. Going along quickly.
Leg side wide. They need a wicket like right now.
I got a feeling it nicked the pad. Was there a little brush there? Makes no difference. You just look around the field and you see the body language. It just says we're in trouble. Hands are down. There's no buzz at the moment. Desperately need a wicket. All the dignitaries that are there. Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda is sitting next to Sir Alan Stanford, Honourable Baldwin Spencer. no doubt having a wonderful time at the cricket. And just next to him, on his right, Winston Davis, Minister of Sports and Youth and Affairs. We saw him early on in the week and he just waxed lyrical about the tournament and what it's doing for Antigua. Outside the edge, gone! Oh yes, that's the first one. That's the one they wanted.
Now the Jamaicans can jump around. They needed that wicket. Outswinger dabbled at it. Jerome Taylor, the fast bowler of the tournament, no question about that. And he picks up the wicket. So Ramdin goes for 11, it's 14 for 1. Lendl Simmons comes in now to replace Denesh Ramdin. Well, we saw what destruction Dave Mohammed could cause. Entirely different way Jerome Taylor can as well. A wide signal. He really has bowled superbly in the penultimate over under pressure against Guyana last night.
Well, they're pretty excited. It's been a wonderful tournament for Antigua.
Winston Williams in the yellow cap. He's been delighted with the effect this has had on tourism. He's the Minister of Tourism. Magnificent delivery. He changes his pace so much. He gets variation. He gets swing. And he was right through Simmons.
That's the length he's got to stick at.
And Baldwin Spencer, the Honourable Baldwin Spencer, the Prime Minister in the middle there, with the Antigua and Barbuda cap, the white cap with the Antigua and Barbuda flag appropriately. End of the over, 14 for 1 after 2.
Well, just a little touch of the hands there. 14 for 1. Perkins knows how important he is. He's just come in. Got 1 run, faced 4 balls, but they need to just make sure that steady the ship early. They don't want to lose 2-3 quick wickets and just put a little bit of a fear in the change room.
Another packed crowd in this evening. Here's Powell now. Absolutely crucial. These two opening bowlers, high quality bowlers in Taylor and Powell. Dave Bernard bowls medium pace. Got Nikita Miller, who's a left arm spinner. Seen Marlon Samuels, who is either slow or quick, depending on what action he uses.
What do you mean, Tony?
Well, you interpret it. We saw him last evening in that last over, bowling at something in the mid 70s miles an hour, whereas normally he would be between 55 and 60, somewhere like that. And his action definitely was changed. It's an action which has drawn attention from the International Cricket Council and his faster delivery. So I don't think there's any surprise about that. But if you didn't notice it, well,
I sure did.
In the air, they'll come through for the single. Bowler's end, wide and backed up. Chris Gayle, of course, another bowler for Jamaica, but they need these two to strike early. We've had 1 wicket already from Taylor. They need these two in their 8 overs combined to pick up 3 or 4.
Well, had that hit gone. Been really impressed with these two fast bowlers throughout the tournament. You just feel sad that they haven't been given a score to bowl at.
Beautifully timed. Swinging full toss, easily put away. Just eased on it. Square of the wicket. Looking for the Yorker. Just over pitching.
That'll happen. But you've still got to put it away. See the angle of the bat. He placed the ball there.
That'll get the wide call by Golden Graves. Now, was it on height or would it be down the leg side? We'll have a look. If it's over the batsman's head, they'll call wide.
.72 to win at 4 and over. That's a doddle. It's got to be. You'd fancy the lesser teams to get that as well. You're looking for a miracle. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. You've got to feel for Jamaican side up against it. 2 more, I fancy.
Paul has not quite got the line right, the length right, I should say. And this over has been too full, too short. And that's very well played. Open the face of the bat, right on top of it. In the air, but for between cover and extra cover. Expensive over, 12 off it. Some wonderful offside shots from Simmons, 26 for 1.
Yeah, come back to your point, and you've got to ask the question. Chris Gayle, and Tony, we've discussed it how often, is one of, if not one of the best 3 strikers up front in world cricket. Certainly in this form of the game. Not many have made hundreds. He's one that can take an attack and put it away. Yes, he's got a little bit of poor form at the moment, but hey, you know what? You've got to take it on board. We're playing for $1 million. There's an appeal. It's a wide call. That was just to try and stop that. But Chris Gayle changed the batting order, and with that, changed the dynamics of his batting lineup. What was that? What do you reckon?
Certainly was a noise. Taylor didn't worry to go up with any appeal. Keeper did appeal, but there was a noise. Umpire Golden Graves didn't hear it. Correction, Billy Doctorow didn't hear it.
Just want to finish that point. What actually happens when you change that order? You then change the role play. Certain players they know how to play. And look at that batting order. Chris Gayle coming in at 5. Now, there's something wrong there. And you've only got 20 overs to play. So, you know, even if he finds early form, you're not going to maximise it, are you? It just didn't make sense.
Well played on Milron. A good kick. Findlay finds the stumps, but the batsman well home.
That's better than some people can field. Now, how close was that? You know, I just kind of wonder if he didn't jump in the air. I tell you what, he got his leg down just in time.
Nice shot, more runs. Trinidad doing it comfortably at the moment, playing good cricket shots. 4 overs gone, they've raced up to 38 for 1. They need only 54 more runs to win.
Captain Courageous, he's got the ball in his hand, he's got to come out now, he's got to bowl. He's got to take it on. 54 needed. Now, either Chris Gayle's going to go for a couple, or he's going to knock 3 or 4 over. No, it's not going to be Chris Gayle.
Please go and move your vehicles immediately. We have a police emergency. Thank you very much. We have 2 more winners of the Stanford 2022 Impact, the F20 and A1.
So, change in bowling now. Powell having conceded 19 in his 2 overs. Just felt that Chris Gayle could have gone with his fast bowlers with 1 more over, just looking for a wicket or 2. In fact, he's gone with the left arm spin of Nikita Miller. One over for 16 against Gayle in last night's semi.
Well, they don't have to rush it, do they? At all. They've got to get a catcher of some sort. What you're basically saying is, you guys need to make a mistake. No, I think you've got to win it. Get a silly point in. Force him to play some shots. Well, he's playing them anyway. That's a wonderful sweep. And excellent fielding.
Wavell Hinds pulls it in. They get a couple. But it may seem contradictory, but you say no need to hurry things, no need to chase. But they've got to this score without really making any efforts. That's a magnificent shot again. They're playing cricket shots, they're playing superbly. There's been no slogging. They've been superb cricket shots. They've raced on to 44 for 1. They've just come out with an aggressive approach.
Well, he's missed his mark by 3.5, 4 metres. It was a rank long off. That's why I put it away. Swing across the line again, just the single. Well, 4 balls bowled, Tony Cozy. I'm not sure I'm going to be back on air, and really for me, I've got to just say to all the viewers and all the fans out there, I enjoyed spending time with you, and certainly with Tony Cozy. Been fantastic in Antigua. 2 deliveries left. He bowled it from a little bit behind the crease. So 1 final delivery in this over. 7 off it already, and they're racing away. I'll take leave of you.
You're going to make me cry, Pat Simcox. I'm so sad. No runs off the last over. 45 for 1. Only 47 more needed.
Watch Football Planet Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. ET and PT, only on Z Sports.
After 5 overs, it's 45 for 1. Trinidad and Tobago coming out and playing their natural game, which is what I think you have to do in these situations. You don't think you've got a small score and you come out tentatively. You come out and you play according to the situation, according to the bowling that is presented to you. You don't lose your rhythm, lose your momentum. And so far they've done it well without taking too many undue risks. Daren Powell, he switched ends, and he switched ends yesterday, in fact last night against Guyana, to the same end and it brought him greater success because his first ball demolished Shivnarine Chandapal's stumps. He will need that and more in this situation. Can he do it again?
He starts with a slow ball and it's wide. Trinidad and Tobago have played every aspect of this game extremely well, very efficiently. Chasing a score where they don't have to go at the bowling. They're playing good cricket shots, hitting boundaries nevertheless. And there's another one. Beautifully stroked square of the wicket.
William Perkins, one of the batsmen of the tournament. He's scored his runs consistently, and it has to be said, he's caught them beautifully. Photographers take a snap. 50 comes up for Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, that was the slowest of slow balls. If you're in Fort Collins, it's gone to left field. Peter Matthews with his entourage. He said he brought a number of people with him because he wants to give Trinidad and Tobago protection when they win the $1 million. He's got some men there to protect them.
Well, this is just a full toss. And these get put away in all forms of cricket, not just 2020. Lendl Simmons. 12 off 9.
Wide. The problem with these small totals, Jeffrey, and I have been in this situation myself, when you're defending small totals as a bowling unit, particularly as a fast bowler who uses the new ball earlier, you know that you've got to get wickets early, so you're trying to bowl magic deliveries with almost every ball, and it takes you out of your momentum. So I can understand what Powell and those guys are going through. William Perkins, 150 runs so far in the tournament. Only Danza Hyatt has more runs than him, and it's important to get someone at the top of batting giving you good starts.
And that's about the first shot that's been played that wasn't necessary. Mike Haseman is lurking somewhere.
Yeah, Douche, I am, mate, and you're Jamaican. These people here are Jamaican, and I've got to tell you, they're not very happy at the moment. What are your thoughts?
Well, I know Jamaica did their best throughout the cricket, and I'm still happy that they've come this far tonight. And I see that they're really trying still hard. It looks a possibility that Trinidad is going to go through. And if they do, well, I congratulate them. If they don't, Jamaica, we still big you up all the time.
Okay, now I'm just going to pick you up there. You're sounding like you might have conceded already. Jeff Dujon's up there in the commentary box listening to this.
Not really. It looks pretty steep right now for Jamaica to go through. And, you know, that's the honest truth. And I know that they've done their best. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the essence of the game. Anything can happen in 2020 cricket.
Yes, and it's still possible that we could win.
Okay.
That's what Jamaicans are about. We're always hopeful and standing strong.
Okay, well, I guess the bottom line is there's another boundary. That's not going to help your cause. The bottom line is you need just 9 quick wickets.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Righto, dudes, back to you, mate. It's not sounding promising here.
Well, never say die. Daren Powell just trying a bit too hard. There's been some entertainment here this evening. All of it seems to have come from Trinidad and Tobago. A fine display of cricket. Didn't quite carry. Come out and they've batted very positive. They backed up a brilliant performance in the field, and now they're in position. It was 2.33 required to take home that $1 million. Good night of captaincy from Daren Ganga. Another good night. quite get hold of it. Dot ball finishes the 6th over, 59 for 1.
At Stanford, we take a different approach to private wealth management. Our globally diversified investment strategy is implemented by some of the best and brightest in the industry. Individuals who are committed to doing the hard work necessary to stay one step ahead of the world's ever-changing investment climate. Our people are what set us apart. Hard work, clear vision, value for the client. Stanford.
Will you stop saying that? Will you stop saying that, Jeffrey Duchamp? I get accused. Stop saying that. Now, for Jamaica, on a more serious note, they won the limited overs competition, and that's won the KFC Cup. They're doing well in the first class competition. Trinidad and Tobago, the team that they played in the final of that one-day competition, Trinidad and Tobago, somewhere up there in first class. And you think with the talent that Jamaica possess, beyond this aberration in this tournament, they want to form a dynasty. They've got a number of West Indies players in their lineup. They want to get a dynasty. They don't want to just win one competition one year. They want to win consistently over a period of time, like Barbados did, like probably the old Jamaica did in, what was it, the early 90s, where they had a few years. Trinidad and Tobago have been winning consistently over the last 2 or 3 seasons. So that's what you want to do when you've got such a powerful team on the park. They'll be disappointed tonight, there's no doubt about that. That will take some retrieving. The only person retrieving it will be someone who will run out of that red, white and black crowd. 50 partnership of 29 balls, William Perkins.
Miller has been consistently pitching in the middle of the wicket, and this was short. Got the room he needed, and the weight went. That's a better delivery.
Should be 2, so 26 more needed from 80 deliveries.
Well, they haven't had to struggle for runs, Trinidad and Tobago. Bowling has been a bit loose. They've been very positive throughout. And there are the details of that partnership. Good movement of the feet. We're talking again about the mobility in the crease. And you see the Trinidadian and Tobago batsmen, who are good players of spin, how mobile they are. They give themselves room, they hit with the spin, they use their feet, come down the pitch. Destabilizes the bowler. 7 gone, 67 for 1.
67 for 1, now TMT they need 25 more runs on 17 balls.
Charlotte Stanford and Julian Hunt, president of the West Indies Cricket Board, the white shirt and dark-coloured blazers. Everton Weeks right of screen in the front row. Disappointed at the batting performance so far.
So 50-run partnership, 53 from 33 balls. Has taken Jamaica out of this game. Marlon Samuels replaces Daren Powell. There are his stats.
When you go back to the start of play and you think about the planning the teams did, you know that Jerome Taylor and Daren Powell were going to be critical for Jamaica. The spinners were always going to be critical for Trinidad and Tobago. Now, has this got enough legs on it? Yeah, I think it's gone into the crowd. Now he's the highest run scorer in the Stanford 2020-2008, William Perkins. He's going to take it home. He's going to try with a bundle of aggression.
Well, he doesn't fool around, does he? Another good shot, hit it straight down the ground, didn't try to hit across it. Just hit with the angle. And great balance as well. That's in the air, short of the fielder. And they'll still get one. No, those are the shots that are unnecessary at a stage like this. 1.4 runs and over. Not necessary really to take chances. Lots of scoring opportunities in the field.
That's 4. No one's moving except the ball boy. He stopped it. He stopped it very well.
Well, he was intent on playing something out of the ordinary. And this gave him the opportunity. Full toss. And away it went. Eighth over, and Trinidad and Tobago almost there. Just 14 runs remaining. Last of the 7th, we've had 8. It's 78 for 1.
To make sound investment decisions, you have to keep your finger on the political pulse. And clarity on just how decisions in Washington may impact their investments. That's why the experts call our analysts experts. Hard work, clear vision, value for the client. Stanford.
No doubt about that. They have held their nerve under the limelight, under the spotlight. Very well led team.
And that's 4 more. Given room and just dispatched. Nikita Miller just not knowing where to pitch the ball. Trinidad and Tobago players standing in anticipation of victory. They were bridesmaids last year. This year, they're going to head the ceremony. Still appear to want to finish this thing as quickly as possible.
When he wakes up tomorrow morning, he'll not be wondering if he could have done it any differently. He will never die wondering, William Perkins. And Jerome Taylor makes a good stop.
Well, I think they want to finish it before we come off dish. Give you a chance to jump around in the box.
Stop it. Stop it, please. How is that? How close is that? Is it sliding down?
Well, let's have a look. What would that have done? Too close to call. Runs off the over. They only have to score. They have to score it less than 1. And they'll get more than that here. That's going to be 4. Nicely swept away by Lendl Simmons. We've had 9 overs. It's 87 for 1.
There's a powerful global network that sets Stanford Wealth Management apart. It's our people and their uncompromising commitment to serve our clients. A unique work ethic, an uncommon vision, and a promise that goes back 75 years. Hard work, clear vision, value for the client. Stanford.
For William Perkins. Here's a 3rd half century of the tournament. Important to have someone scoring and laying. That's gone, that's match done. Match done. Trinidad and Tobago are the champions of Stanford 2020-2008. They win by 9 wickets. They demolish the stumps. They head towards their supporters. What a victory. They're a professional unit. Well drilled, their manager Omar Khan. Congratulating them. And they deserve truly to be champions this year.
Trinidad and Tobago have erased the disappointment of last year. They've come and they've won it all. $1 million. Let's go to Mike Hazeman.
Thank you, dudes. I've got Daren Ganga alongside me. Daren, how does this feel?
This is amazing. It's the best feeling I've ever had in my career, that's fine. I'm sure for all these young guys. Tremendous victory. Well deserved. This is for Trinidad and Tobago and all our supporters.
Right, mate, thanks for stopping with us. Go and join your guys now. I know you want to party. Unbelievable scenes here. I've got Dwayne Bravo alongside me as well. Dwayne, you're out of breath. How are you feeling? Can you talk?
Words can't explain. I think the guys that play fantastic job. Must give credit to Daren and everyone in management staff and our fans who come all the way from Trinidad and Tobago to support us here. It means a lot to us, and that's one of the reasons why we are the champions today. Playing in the semi-final give us the momentum to come in and play like a true champion side.
Right, now with your career, okay, where does this rate in your career?
I think this is the best feeling that I have playing cricket. I won the ICC Championship trophy, but this feeling is unbelievable. Playing at home, playing in Antigua here, a lot of West Indians, a lot of people, and just to play in the first time in the 2020 and win it, it's unbelievable.
And I guess there'll be just the odd celebration tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a big celebration. They have Marshall from Trinidad and Tobago. He's going to perform tonight, and it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be very nice.
And a message for people at home?
Thanks to everyone back home, all who send the emails and the message through the text and stuff. We love you guys. Trinidad and Tobago will always be a part of us. We play from our hearts, as I said before we leave Trinidad, that we're going to play for a title and not for the million. And I think that is what separates us from the other team. We play for put our country first and put our pride on the line, and that's it.
Good on you, Dwayne. Appreciate your time. Back upstairs.
So Trinidad and Tobago beaten off the penultimate ball in the 2006 final of the Stanford 2020 tournament by Guyana, come back this evening with as a comprehensive a victory as you can possibly imagine. They have absolutely thumped Jamaica, bowled them out for 91, and then rattled off the runs in 9 overs and 2 balls. And then Lendl Simmons, who's already represented the West Indies, 26 goals, and he too is a youngster at the age of 23. Tremendous performance by the Trinidad and Tobago team, and the operative word there is team. They are a well-drilled unit, they're confident, and they deservedly take home the first prize on this occasion. They are the Caribbean Challenge Cup champions in the West Indies, having beaten Barbados in that tournament last year. They were defeated by Jamaica in the 50 overs KFC Cup final in Barbados in October, but they've had their revenge here now, and how have they had it? Outstanding performance from their spin bowlers, from their batsmen, and not least from their inspirational captain, Daren Ganga. Flags being waved by Trinidad and Tobago supporters, of whom there have been hundreds here this evening. We go down now to Mike Hazeman.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I've got Omar Khan here. He's the manager, of course, of Trinidad and Tobago, and one of the guys who works so hard behind the scenes, but of course he shares in $1 million. How are you feeling, Omar?
Oh, great. It's a fantastic feeling, man. I mean, the guys already made us proud, made all of Trinidad and Tobago proud tonight, and I'm sure all of Trinidad and Tobago is celebrating this great victory.
I tell you what, the boys are doing a good lap of honour.
Oh, yeah, they deserve it. I mean, after all, and we have so much support here tonight, you know, that they want to show their supporters how much they appreciate the support we got here tonight.
I guess you put away a couple of ghosts in the cupboard, haven't you?
Oh, yes, we did.
Now, I mean, obviously you still got memories of that, of the 2006 event. I mean, both events have been absolutely amazing. Tell us about it from your perspective as the manager of the team.
Well, we spent a lot of time on the mental preparation of the team, because, you know, when you reach this final stage, the nerves, you really have to hold your nerves. And today, the entire day, we keep telling the guys to keep calm, you know, have your nerves on, keep your mental preparation was key today. And I think they demonstrated that. They really went out there determined, but also was very composed, and that, I think, was the major factor that determined between the two teams.
Are you getting a night off tonight, or are you going to have to keep working? Or the boys going to give you a night off?
No, I work all the time, 24 hours a day.
Good on you, Omar. Thank you. Let's go back upstairs again.
So there are the Trinidad and Tobago players doing their lap of honour here. This tournament has been watched by a number of the legends who are on the Stanford 2020 board, among them Gordon Greenidge and Andy Roberts, who are two of the selectors. They would have noted the performances here. We've had the president of the West Indies Cricket Board, Julian Hunt, as well watching, and they all can take a lesson from how Trinidad and Tobago have come into this tournament. They have prepared, they have played as a team. West Indies cricket can take a lot of lessons from how Trinidad and Tobago have approached this. Now we go back down to Mike Hazeman.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I've got Rayad Emrit alongside me. Rayad, I mean, what a moment for you, particularly the fact you were given extra responsibility to open the bowling tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I only found out I was opening the bowling just after the toss. Love is out, and I'm the other senior seamer in the team. As I said, we are a big team, and anything can happen at any moment in time. And we were all up for it, as you can see, and I think I did a pretty good job.
Has it sunk in $1 million to share amongst the boys?
Oh, it hasn't sunk in as yet, but I'm telling you, after tonight it would. Trust me.
Okay, terrific. Well done, Red. I've also got the coach alongside me, David Williams. David, I mean, this must be so satisfying for you.
It is special, and we just want to give God thanks for what he has done. This is really special for all of us.
Okay, now, I mean, 18 months ago, have you been dreaming about this moment for 18 months?
Of course. I mean, we felt the pain. We know what it was to lose that game against Guyana. And we know that once we come out here and play the way we could play, that we're going to come out victorious.
And what do you think this win will do for cricket in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, I mean, cricket in Trinidad and Tobago is on a high at the moment. It has been so for the past 3 years. So this is just a maintenance. We just want to maintain this. This is a trophy that had eluded us, and it's fantastic to have it in our cabinet at the moment.
A lot of the boys in the commentary box, Tony Koza in particular, been making the comment that it's been a team effort, it's been a team unit. You must be proud as coach that that's the way it's come through.
Well, that has always been so from the time I took over in 2004. When you're playing team sport, you need to get your team together. Every single member is important, and that's what we instill in the guys, that you're going to play a part sometime. And it's excellent the way Perkins went out there and did his stuff, and it's good to see that the entire team did a marvelous job.
And I just got to single out one person, the captain. 2006, he was great. He's one of those guys who's a real thinking man. Again, Daren Ganga has done a terrific job.
Well, of course, I mean, he's very experienced, and he's learning with every series that part. So Daren, again, hats off to him. He did a tremendous job. He has the ability to get the guys together, to keep them together, and that is one of his strengths.
Just off the top of my head, how much do you like this competition?
I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it brings the Caribbean people out, which is most important. And I think this is a revival of cricket in the Caribbean. I think what Mr. Stanford has done is really giving guys hope. Not just spectators, but cricketers. To go home with a purse that you can live with. This is what's important.
And there's a cheque for $1 million, but also a nice little ring for the boys, which I know they've been talking about.
Well, of course, when we saw that ring the last time around, the guys, you could see it on their faces, how they were, we missed out on something big. But this time around, even this morning, they were talking about that ring, that 20 diamond.
Okay, that's not far away. David, join the celebrations. Thank you very much for your time. Let's go back upstairs again.
Daren Ganga continues his run around the field. He's been congratulated, as you would have seen. Gordon Greenidge gave him a hug a while ago. So did Sir Viv Richards. So did Desmond Haynes. And down there, somewhere around as well, is the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, the former West Indies wicketkeeper and vice-captain Derek Murray. He's here with so many members of the West Indies Cricket Board who've had their meeting here this weekend. So there's Daren Ganga, the successful captain, the winning captain for Trinidad and Tobago. They have beaten Jamaica absolutely comprehensively. Jamaica 91, Trinidad and Tobago 94 for 1 from 9 overs and 2 deliveries. And all of Trinidad, no question, being proud. None prouder than the gentleman there who is backing our cameras. Derek Murray, the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, and of course a long-standing wicketkeeper for the West Indies in the glory days of the 1970s. Trinidad and Tobago win the second Stanford 2020 tournament comprehensively by 9 wickets.
Well, still pandemonium here. The scenes are quite spectacular. The red and black flags, they just dominate all over, wherever you look. Unbelievable scenes at the Stanford 2020. Now, I've got Jeffrey Dujon. Jeffrey, we've seen a spectacle here, second to none, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, but regardless of the fact that the game wasn't such a great one, it's been a very exciting series, and as we've come down to the end, it's got better and better. Tonight was just domination by Trinidad and Tobago. They deserved to win. Jamaica really didn't show up. But the whole competition has been just fraught with excitement in the sense of the crowds, the atmosphere, and I have a feeling that a little bit later it's going to get even better.
Now, when you've been around the game in the Caribbean for many years, many years, seen many a test, many a one-dayers. Does it get better than this?
Oh, the excitement level this is something that's totally different. The atmosphere that's created by the music, the fans, a lot of whom are not really cricket fans. I mean, we've had something like 70% women and children every night.
Yeah.
So it's been like family out, fun. It's been great.
It's been fun, and of course Mike Haseman has been quite fantastic. He's catching up with everybody on the field. Let's go down and see who he's got now.
Yeah, thanks, Pat. I've got Wes Hall alongside me. Wes, of course, is the Stanford legend for Trinidad and Tobago. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel very good indeed, I must tell you.
You've got a long history with Trinidad and Tobago. You spent a lot of time there in the past.
Yeah, well, I coached there for 5 years. I lived there, and I played for Trinidad more times than I played for Barbados. So, you know, I'm sort of half a Trinity to the bone.
And I saw you walking over towards the boys, and it was a very nice touch. The coach, David Williams, brought you into the boys, and you had a bit of a word to them. What'd you say?
Yeah, well, I told them that, you know, there's 120 balls, and they must make every ball count. And they need not to get out like against Barbados in the last over, to play every ball on its merit, you know, and to establish partnerships. That's what you have to do in this game. You have to get 3 or 4 good partnerships. You'll be all right. When you're bowling, bowl at the stumps, you know, make the batsman play. And if you do that, then you'll probably find as a combined effort, you know, you'll be in a better position than if you're looking for 1 or 2 players only to make their mark. It's a combined effort. They're very good at that, Trinidad.
I tell you what's quite interesting tonight also, Wes, the fact that Merv Dillon was left out of the side. A youngster came in, and the one took the responsibility of opening bowling and didn't seem to make too much difference. There was a seamless transition.
Well, yeah, leaving out Merv, Merv would bowl well throughout this tournament, as you know. It was a little surprising, but I think what they wanted to do was to strengthen their batting. They wanted to bat right down to number 9 or 10. And they anticipated a total of perhaps 180 or 170, 80, so you need a lot of batting. Well, it speaks very well for the team if you can leave out a bowler of the caliber of Merv Dillon, and whoever filled the breach did so, you know, very well indeed. I think that's fantastic. I think Merv Dillon, I don't think he minds anymore. The point is he's still got $1 million, and he's part of that, you know what I mean? So having not played tonight is no big thing. He's fit, he bowled very well, bowled better than, you know, when he was playing for the West Indies. He's fitter.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's, I would just like to compliment this wonderful tournament. Alan Stanford, and the ladies who did the organizing, the umpires, the players, and most particularly the crowds. They're fantastic. Lots of great women here, and, you know, lots of adolescent youngsters who will be the players of tomorrow. Sure. This is what you really need. You need them 5, 6, 10, 15 years old being enthused about it. Yeah. And if you get that, then our cricket will take a different turn. I think that is important. So this has been a very, very good tournament, better than last year. We are getting more and more youngsters exposed. And, you know, with the professional leagues now, I think that's going to cap it off.
And one other thing, Wes, it's very important to enjoy the moment, isn't it? What's your advice to these boys, celebrations-wise, tonight?
Well, boy, I'm 70, so I don't remember what you do. But I think that they'll go back to the hotel and they'll have, you know, the odd celebratory drink. I hope it's a soft drink. I think that's wishful thinking. But, you know, God has been good to them. You know, he's given them strength and he's given them talent. And when you see them play this way and so many youngsters watching, I think it's important. And people believe that the 2020 game is not anything more than a spectacle. But that's not true. I think that you don't have to swipe or anything like that. You need to play cricket shots. And if you do so, 120 balls is a lot of balls to face. And if you get your partnerships and you get a good start, well, then I think that, you know, you'll do well for your side. So that's what Trinidad has done, and good luck to them. I think they've been practicing all year round. And that's what happens when you're eating, drinking, and playing cricket.
Okay, well, it's always great to have a chat to you. Thank you very much for that. We're just going to go back upstairs to Patrick.
Thank you, Michael. And you really, when you look at Sir Reverend Wavell, the words he speaks of, the depth, what he's talking about there, we can't do better than that, I don't think, Dush. We can't do.
No, that's his profession. It's his profession, finding the right words to describe things and to, of course, carry the message that he carries as a minister of religion.
Yeah, and when you look at the man himself, how he bowled, how he toiled, what does he feel when he stands here and he sees this wonderful spectacle happening in his time? Do you think he would have thought 20 years ago, would you have thought 20 years ago, you'd be sitting here and you've seen 2020 cricket in the Caribbean, a spectacle like this?
No, obviously this is a concept that didn't exist 20 years ago. I'm glad, and for the same reasons that he gave, that it does exist, because it's not so much that it's going to teach the youngsters to play this kind of game. It's going to keep them enthused. It'll interest them. They'll come, they'll see it, and they'll continue to play the game. So we won't probably lose as many youngsters to other sports as we do now.
Yeah, and Reverend Wes, when you listen carefully, when he talks about, it's not just about having a slog, is it?
Oh no, it isn't. It isn't. You can play proper cricket and basically score off every ball. This is what you really want to do, and you want to bat and score consistently. And just like in one-day cricket, you want to have wickets in hand at the end. You pace yourself, and at the end is when you can go if you have wickets in hand. If you lose them early, you're going to struggle.
Okay, well, let's just talk briefly about Jamaica's innings. Let's just talk about the batting.
But it had to be brief, Pat, because there wasn't a whole lot to it.
Yeah, when you think about the change of Chris Gayle in the batting order, what was your take on that?
Well, I think that stemmed from the fact that he's woefully out of form. A batsman like him who doesn't have a particularly good technique, they survive by batting a lot.
That I think the best teams in the tournament, the best two teams, made it to the final. Please show your appreciation for Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. I want to start off by introducing the presentation party that stands behind me. It is led by Sir Alan Stanford, who is the financier of this tournament, and flanked to his right, or all around him really, are the legends who have worked tirelessly in front and behind the scenes to make this tournament possible and to present this great tournament that we've had over the last 5 weeks or so. Let me ask Sir Alan Stanford to come up and address you and say a few words.
Thanks, Bish. Well, congratulations, Trinidad and Tobago, you won. Last year you were in number 2, now you're number 1. Jamaica, I've seen you play better. But I'll tell you what, we're all winners tonight because I see all of these kids that keep coming to all the games every night that would never have been interested in cricket if we were not doing this 2020 tournament. So that is how we're all winning. And the future of this sport is to get these young kids excited about cricket. Our game is still at the bottom. We're going to bring it up in the next 3 to 5 years. This is part of the rebuilding of the program. I'm proud to be part of it. These gentlemen have led it. Please give a round of applause and thanks to the legends. Now, I look forward to working with the West Indies Cricket Board. I look forward to a tournament next year. I look forward to the West Indies returning to the glory days when these guys played, and all of you hopefully will still be playing, and we start beating the world again.
Thank you very much, Sir Alan Stanford. Of course, thanks must also go out to all the other teams, the other 17 teams that took part in this tournament. I know many of them would be looking on by television wherever they are right now. Thank you very much to you as well, because you have helped to make this tournament what it is. The first port of call will be to announce the play of the match. That player will be presented with a check for $25,000. Please direct your attention to the big screen. Xavier Marshall with a huge 6. One of the 3 options here tonight. Dave Mohammed, wonderful bowling and a wonderful stumping that was executed as well. Danza Hyatt, the unfortunate batsman, and making a phone call with his shoe. And the third one is the run out executed by Dwayne Bravo. Truly a moment that Dwayne Bravo will remember. So of those 3 options, the choice for the play of the match goes to Dwayne Bravo for his run out of Dave Bernard Jr. When they finally let go of Dwayne, Dwayne will come up and he will collect a check for $25,000 from Sir Alan Stanford. Dwayne, congratulations. You had a long time away from the Caribbean. What's been your experience of this tournament?
Oh, it's fantastic, I must say. I'm looking at it in South Africa. I always said to myself, I want to come back home and play. I want to be a part of the excitement, and it's nice to see. I'm so happy to be a part of it and be a part of a winning team as well. I must give credit to all the management staff. Daren, you led the team very well, and congratulations to the whole Trinidad and Tobago team and to all the fans who come from Trinidad and everyone in Antigua. Thanks to the support. Once again, I'm very happy.
Thank you very much for your time, Dwayne Bravo. The next item on the agenda will be to introduce the man of the match, and the winner will be announced by Sir Vivian Richards.
Thank you, Vic. There's an individual who I felt would have played a huge part in helping Trinidad to have accomplished their win tonight. Because what I believe he did in terms of with his spin and all that stuff, he completely bamboozled the Jamaican batsman in my eyes. And there's no other individual than Dave Mohammed, in my opinion.
Dave Mohammed will be collecting a check from Sir Alan Stanford to the value of $100,000. Dave, first of all, congratulations. Who was the shoe call to?
Mr. Danza Hyatt, that's the shoe call for, you know. Let's press in 6, 7 numbers. Is that, you know, you got to call him down the crease, call him down the wicket.
You've been around the first class scene, the regional scene, for 6 to 7 years now. Do you feel that you've reached a level with your art of slow bowling where you feel you're at the peak of your game?
Yeah, well, just keep the intensity flowing, you know, just one ball at a time, you know, and just be concentrating all the time, thinking, and I should reach there.
How does it feel to be a part of this Trinidad and Tobago unit?
It's a wonderful feeling, exciting feeling, and I don't know what to say after with them guys. Those guys is very pumped up right now.
And you thoroughly enjoyed this 2020 tournament?
Of course. I just want to mention my wife, you know, and my child. I want to give this man of the match to them. So
Well, I hope you'll share it with your team. Thank you very much, Dave Mohammed, for your wonderful performances during this tournament.
Thank you very much.
Dave Mohammed, ladies and gentlemen. Now we want to present a check to the Jamaican team and their cricket boards, and Mr. Alan Stanford will like to ask the manager of the Jamaican team to come up to collect their check.
Part of what we're doing with the 2020 is to put money back where it means the most, and that is in the grassroots development of cricket. Now, this $100,000 that Jamaica's getting and the $200,000 that Trinidad and Tobago will soon get is on top of over $7 million that has already been put into grassroots cricket by Stanford 2020 under the direction of these legends. And without the money going into grassroots cricket, without the kids getting excited about the game, we have no future. So use this money wisely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
That is the manager of the Jamaica team, Mr. Milton Henry. Now we'd like to ask the manager of the Trinidad and Tobago team to come up to collect his check for $200,000 US. Mr. Omar Khan, the manager of the Trinidad and Tobago team. There are a number of people who, without their assistance, this tournament, the match, would not be possible. And now we have a presentation of medals to the umpires in this tournament. Courtney Walsh will be presenting the umpires, led by Billy Doctorow, to come up and collect their medals. Of course, Billy has kindly donated of his time, taking a break from his international commitments to be a part of this tournament. Thank you very much, Billy. Golden Graves, Clancy Mack, Alvin James Knight, and of course the match referee, Austin Richards Sr. The Reverend Wes Hall always talks about this tournament as a tribute to excellence, and truly the aspiration is to have excellence in every facet of the game, umpiring and on the playing field. Thank you very much, Mr. Courtney Walsh. The next port of call will be to invite the captain of the Jamaican team, Mr. Chris Gayle, to come up, and he will be presented with a check to the tune of $500,000 US by Mr. Alan Stanford. Sir Alan Stanford. Even as a runner-up, you don't walk away from this tournament empty-handed, Chris. First of all, at the top of the night, congratulations on reaching the final anyway. A little bit disappointed not to have taken the championship?
Yeah, I'm very disappointed, but having said that, first of all, let me say congrats to Daren and Trinidad team. They thought they played really well. It's just unfortunate we didn't bat well today. 91 runs, very difficult to defend in a 2020 over, and you saw they came at us very hard. It was pretty good, so unfortunately we just come out on the losing side.
Can you put your finger, you haven't had time to reflect yet on maybe what you could have done differently?
Well, we make a few changes in the batting order today. It didn't work. Put myself in the middle and basically asked Shawn Findlay and Xavier Marshall to open, but it didn't come off today. It was a strategy which didn't work, but these things do happen in cricket, so you just have to look forward to the 4-day competition.
You were expecting to get this far and even go further in 2006. What's the response of your players on this year's tournament?
Still pretty good, as Mr. Stanford said. We're all winners. We still get $500,000 in our pocket, so basically, but to give credit, the guys really enjoy the tournament. So it's a good tournament. I really enjoy it, and the spectator was very, very supportive of Jamaica team right throughout, and I have to give credit to them, and I thank them for that as well. And the fans back home very disappointed, but we'll buy you a drink later and see what happens.
Good luck in the future, Chris.
Okay, no problem.
Chris Gayle, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'd like to ask Reverend Wes Hall to make a presentation to the members of the Jamaican team, and if they can come up one by one, led by their captain once again, the Reverend Wes Hall and Gordon Greenidge will be making these presentations. Chris Gayle, Shawn Findlay, Xavier Marshall, Marlon Samuels, Wavell Hinds, Carlton Baugh Jr., David Bernard Jr., Danza Hyatt, Jerome Taylor, Nikita Miller, Daren Powell, Brendan Parchment, O'Dane Brown, the coach Junior Bennett, and the manager Milton Henry. A round of applause once again, please, for Jamaica for getting to the finals of Stanford 2020, 2008. I'm sure that this team will be very proud of their achievements. They've gone better than they did in 2006. And who knows what can happen in 2009. Certainly a very talented team in Jamaica. And they will learn from the experience. Gordon Greenidge, one half of a very prominent opening combination as far as batting is concerned for the West Indies through the 80s and the early 90s, along with Desmond Haynes. Thank you very much, Desmond. Thank you very much to the Jamaican players. The next port of call is the big moment. I'd like to invite the members of the championship winning team, Trinidad and Tobago, to make their way up to the podium. Daren Ganga will lead his team forward. Lendl Simmons, William Perkins, Dwayne Bravo, Kieron Pollard, Denesh Ramdin, Richard Kelly, Sherwin Ganga, Samuel Badree, Dave Mohammed, Rayad Emrit, Jason Mohammed, Mervyn Dillon, Coach David Williams, Manager Omar Khan. And Sir Alan Stanford may want to just inform our viewers as to what's in store for these guys.
Thanks, Bish. Well, guys, you got $500,000 in 2006. Daren, where are you at? Come here, please. Would you accept $1 million as winners? Congratulations.
So a check for $1 million presented to Daren Ganga, and that's not all that you get, Daren. Each member of this Trinidad and Tobago team wins a wonderful ring. And if you focus on the big screen, each of those rings are worth $5,000 a piece. And they truly are a spectacle.
Bish, each ring from here forward, as was last year, will be individual for that year. Last year's ring was custom made for the first tournament. This year's ring has been custom made for number 2, as will be going forward. So guys, wear the ring and be proud. We're coming back as a West Indies.
Thank you very much, Alan. Daren, what do you say?
It feels like Christmas. So much gifts, so much prizes. I think, it's justly deserving. Tough luck to Chris Gayle and his Jamaican side. I think, we had the better of them today, but I still think that, we really put in the hard work before the start of this competition. We had a scare in the semi-final, and today we were able to come out and show our fans, show the entire Trinidad and Tobago that we're proud of their support, and we give them this victory.
You got to the finals of this competition in 2006. You won $500,000. Some people kind of said that you might have been satisfied with that. What drives this team on?
Well, I think it's trying to redeem ourselves. I think all the guys are motivated just because of the feeling that we had in 2006. I think, all the guys wanted to put that ghost to rest. And I think, guys, tonight we've done that. All right, it's very important for us to make sure that we continue improving as a team, and I think that is one of the hallmarks of our team. We've set about trying to improve as players and trying to improve as a team.
One of the things about performing on these occasions are the skills on show, but also holding your nerve is a great part. When you see this audience here at this ground, the television audience, tuned in millions of people, how do you handle the pressure, particularly as a young team?
Well, I think it's all about enjoying it. I think one of the things we've advised players to do is to enjoy their cricket. I think we've got a very young team, and guys, there are some guys who are very experienced as well. So we try to feed off each other. We know that 2020 cricket is a lot of pressure, so it's very important for us to remember how we started playing cricket, and that's for sheer fun and enjoyment. And that's what takes the pressure off of us. We just go out there and enjoy our cricket.
Have the guys discussed what sort of shopping they'll be doing after tonight?
Well, I don't know. I know some of the guys are probably going to save, like the Pollards, but some of the guys are going to be spending it as well. I think, we've got some pretty level-headed guys in our team, guys who are very mature for their age, and that's one of the good things about our team, guys who are looking forward to their future and looking forward to improve as cricketers.
You talk about that little blip in the semi-final. What do you have to say to all the other teams who have come along throughout this competition?
Well, I think you've got to learn from your experience. I think that is one thing that we've done throughout the entire competition. We've set ourselves goals to improve as a team as we play, and that is something that has put us through. It's really good to get a game like that in a semi-final before a final, and I think that is what really drove us today and made us play it so well.
Thank you very much for the entertainment that you've provided and for the skills and the talent that you've shown and your leadership.
Thanks very much.
Daren Ganga, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got one more presentation to be made tonight, and we'll ask Sir Alan Stanford to present the trophy to the legend of this championship winning team. And will the legend for Trinidad and Tobago please come forward? He's a very shy man, the Reverend Wes Hall. Trophy to the legend of the champions for 2008, the Stanford tournament, Reverend Wes Hall and Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this presentation. And now it's time to celebrate.
The final, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica. Let's get it on!